Subscribe, like, share, comment, because the story you're about to hear might just change the way you look at people forever. NNBH. Boss followed his employee after work. What he saw changed everything. He thought he knew the young man who worked quietly in the back office. But he had no idea that the boy carried a world on his shoulders. NNBH. The hook that pulls viewers in till the end. Sometimes, the people you think you understand are living a life you couldn't even imagine. And one night, a boss who simply wanted answers, followed his employee into a part of the city he never expected, and discovered a truth that broke his heart, opened his eyes, and changed both of their lives forever. NNBH. He had watched Arun for months, a soft-spoken, polite 23-year-old with tired eyes and a smile that always looked borrowed. He was never late, never argued, worked through breaks, and never complained. But every day at exactly 5 p.m., he would rush out as if someone had set his chair on fire. His boss, Mr. Kabir Siddiqui, a stern but fair man in his late 40s, had built his company from scratch. He believed in discipline, timing, and loyalty. And because of that, Arun's behavior puzzled him. No overtime, no team dinners, no office bonding. Always rushing. Always hiding something. One evening, Kabir noticed Arun packing up earlier than usual, checking his phone with trembling fingers. And something inside Kabir whispered, "Follow him." Maybe it was suspicion. Maybe curiosity. Maybe instinct. But what he saw was something he could never have prepared himself for. NNBH. Chapter 1. Kabir kept a distance as he followed Arun through the crowded evening streets. The city was buzzing with honking rickshaws, people bargaining at food stalls, and office workers hurrying home. Arun, however, moved with urgency, as though walking toward a fire only he could see. After 20 minutes, the boy reached a quiet, run-down part of town. No streetlights, no shops, just old buildings and cracked roads. Kabir frowned. Why would one of his most promising employees come here every day? Arun stopped outside a tiny, dimly lit house, its walls peeling, its gate squeaking with rust. Before going in, he straightened his shirt, took a deep breath, and forced a smile, the same tired smile he wore at work. Kabir hid behind a parked motorbike and watched as the door opened. Inside, he saw a frail old woman in a wheelchair, her face pale, her legs wrapped in bandages. Arun bent down immediately, touched her feet with trembling hands, and whispered, "Ami. I'm home." Kabir froze. The boy's voice cracked with exhaustion and love. Arun carried her gently to the small living room, placed a blanket over her knees, and hurried to the kitchen. Through the window, Kabir saw him cooking, chopping vegetables with shaking hands, checking medicines, cleaning dishes, then returning to feed her spoon by spoon. Not once did he sit. Not once did he rest. Only when the old woman smiled weakly did he breathe again. Kabir's chest tightened. He finally understood why the boy always refused overtime. Why he looked so tired. Why every rupee mattered. This wasn't irresponsibility. This was survival. And then came the moment that shattered Kabir completely. Arun walked into a tiny room, barely big enough for a mattress, and pulled out a second job uniform. A delivery rider jacket. He took off his office shirt and changed quickly, wincing as he stretched his sore shoulders. "Ami, I'll finish the night shift soon," he called out softly. "Your medicines. I'll buy them tomorrow." Kabir's throat went dry. The boy was working 2 jobs. Caring for a disabled mother. And still performing perfectly at work. Kabir had followed him with suspicion. But now he stood there with guilt. Deep. Heavy. Painful guilt. NNBH. Chapter 2. Kabir drove home that night, but sleep refused to come. Every moment replayed in his mind, the dim house, the trembling boy, the quiet suffering. He realized how easy it was to judge someone from the outside, without knowing the war they fight every single day. The next morning, Arun arrived at the office at exactly 9 a.m. His shirt was ironed but faded, his face shaved but tired, his eyes heavy but determined. He placed files on Kabir's desk and quietly said, "Sir, I'll finish the inventory report by lunch." Kabir nodded, trying not to let emotion show. But after a long pause, he said softly, "Arun, stay after work today. I need to discuss something important." The boy stiffened. His fingers froze. His eyes filled with fear, the fear of losing his only stable job. "Sir, if it's overtime." I can't stay long," Arun whispered, voice trembling with panic. "My mother." Kabir held up a hand. "Just 5 minutes." Arun nodded nervously. All day, Kabir watched the boy working, carefully, silently, with a strength no one had ever acknowledged. The clock hit 5 p.m., and Arun stood up immediately. He approached Kabir's office like a man walking to a courtroom. "Sir, you wanted to see me?" Kabir smiled gently. "Yes. Come in." Arun stepped inside, eyes lowered. Kabir took a deep breath. "Arun. I followed you yesterday." Silence. Cold. Long. Terrifying. Arun's face drained of color. His legs shook. His throat closed. "Sir, please. I need this job. I'll work harder. I didn't do anything wrong." Kabir stood and placed a hand on his shoulder. "You did everything right," he said quietly. "Everything." Arun blinked, confused. Kabir continued, his voice thick with emotion. "I saw how you take care of your mother. How you work 2 jobs. How you carry responsibilities no one should carry alone. I shouldn't have judged you. I'm sorry." Tears filled Arun's eyes, tears he had held back for years. Kabir handed him a folder. Inside was an offer letter. A promotion. A big salary increase. And flexible hours. Arun looked up, stunned. "Sir, why would you do this?" Kabir smiled. "Because sometimes, the strongest people, are the ones who never ask for help. And you deserve a life where you can breathe." Arun broke down, quietly, gratefully, painfully. That evening, instead of rushing out, he walked home slowly, for the first time in years. With hope in his heart. With dignity in his steps. When he entered his small house, he hugged his mother and whispered, "Ammi, everything's going to change now." And somewhere across the city, Kabir sat in his office, thinking. We never know the battles people fight, until we choose to truly see them. NNBH. Subscribe, like, share, comment, because stories like this remind us that kindness can change someone's whole world.